Alrighty. Well, back again. I'm Shesh. Welcome to the ChillShesh. More Nier Replicant today. I think basically I'm gonna head straight to the Forest of Myth. And we're gonna get into that business. Kind of a strange area. Really left up to the imagination. If it's anything like the original, which I almost guarantee it is. Where are we headed? We're going Northern Hills. Okay. Alrighty. Right on into it. So, I believe the Force of Myth. Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. Gotta mow him down, dude. I mean, you don't gotta. Okay, bro. Slow it down. Woo. All right. I do love the music in this area, though. Very good. Cool, I have as many medicinal herbs as I can carry. That's good. Alright, well, time to get into it.
Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Get ready, bro.
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Here it comes.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Wise's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
And then in actuality it says, I'm Nier, this is Wise. We heard something happened in this village. Anyway. The mayor stared at Nier and Wise.
If you can speak to me. I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the words of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the death dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. This is part of the game. Alright, so I stared at the mayor with his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Nier's suspicion, Wise exploded with rage.
Ridiculous! Preposterous! Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassing grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Nier had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Nier and Wise racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Wise chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Wise looked skyward, as if searching for the answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over Nier like a contagion? I'm not sure. Oh, contagion, right? Like, contagious. I don't know. Anyway, wait, Nier said suddenly. Did I just say that word? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Wise aside in the process. You must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep, Wise cried, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Nier's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream, that's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Nier. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheep of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect the people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Wise immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. I could not do a good Wise impression if I tried. It would be the most embarrassing thing that I could possibly do to myself. Anyway, so moving forward, the mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said, to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Nier nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. I love this. This is so comedic to me. But anyway. Look, if we can be of any help, said Nier, just ask. Now hold on. I did not just say that. Silence, cried Wise. The grimoire looked from Nier to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. "Oh my god," he said. "You're right. You're right. I had no idea you were coming." "The human imagination is a limitless engine," said Wise, "and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out." "Thank you," said the mayor. "I don't know how I can repay you." "Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place." The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He had also forgotten what it was like. "Good luck, you two," called the departing forms of Nier and Wise. "We're all counting on you." As Nier slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. "I saw this man once before," he thought, "but where?" Nier's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Wise was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time arguing Nier to pick up the pace, and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Wise muttered something about legless turtles, more adept at navigating the environment, Nier snapped. "Okay, Wise, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk." Nier leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. "How can this stupid forest be so big?" he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Nier slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. "Wise, what's going on?" Nier could see Wise's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as Nier's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree, 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 zree. Shack, shack, shack. I'm not even gonna try, dude. You guys get it, you get it. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Nier began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. I got my jam on here? This kind of reminds me of the Forest Kingdom music from Nier Automata. Anyway. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key of getting out of this place. So 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. How should I know? Yeah, I'd say a seesaw, right? Yeah, probably a seesaw, right? Something that's ideal with 2 people, but dangerous with 3. Oh, it's a seesaw. Wise's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. Reen, reen, wah, reen, reen, wah. Okay, enough with the sound effects. When Nier came to, he was once again surrounded by the sound of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words. Words he had heard somewhere before. Okay, the same riddle again. Okay, we've all read this before. So did I get the answer wrong? I mean, I'll try a secret. Inwardly furious that Wise left the test to him, Nier sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Nier like a rippling wave, opening a new path. Really, though? I felt like a seesaw was like the perfect answer, personally. I sort of get the secret thing, but it's just so, like, yeah, open-ended. These forest anthropods are making a road for us, said Wise with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Nier moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave an even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Nier after a bit. Wise spun around his face with his companion. Oh, he spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Wise finished speaking, the pair turned to a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Or turned a corner. Yeah, this reading out loud is... yeah, it's kind of mentally taxing for me. Anyway, smiling, Nier picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Wise. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Wise. Now answer it. Nier gritted his teeth and tried not to reach out to strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I find this one more difficult than the other, but I haven't seen the answer yet. The answers. I mean, sunlight feels pretty darn obvious, but like, I don't know. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst into the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Wise softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. People reading their first book, right? Anyway. Hey look, cried Nier, awaking Wise from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Wise saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Wise? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Nier walked around and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from the neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Nier. Before he could get any farther, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? I feel like I've heard this one before. I feel like it has something to do with a clock or something. I really can't remember. Okay. Alright, supposedly an easy one. I don't know, is it like you're crawling out of bed? And then, by the time it's noon, you're awake and you're on 2 feet, and then you end the night with 3. Is that like a dirty joke? Hard to say. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go with a man. The mist is all from the cloak figure. Yep. Correct. Wow. I think that was actually meant to be a kind of dirty, riddle, I guess. Alright. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Nier. Had a feeling. The small man slowly shook his head. I'm not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Hey, it's me playing this game. Because when I played the original, I played as the dad, not the brother. And now I'm playing as the brother. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Nier watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Nier and Wise returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught the sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Nier's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket. Got it. While his right seized Wise by the cover and swung him through the air. God, by heaven, stop shaking me, fool. We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just so happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Nier withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Nier filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Nier cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Nier and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Wise. It is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. This section of the game is just wild, dude. Alright. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I've felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They may have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from the dream. Nier shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and became trapped in my own dreams. Whew. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Nier and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor, as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Wise. For now, you shall return home to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying in unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village and then bowed and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Wise. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is a home to powerful magic known as the sealed verse. Nier and Wise could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Wise, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Nier mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into the space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before. Nier tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? I figure it's some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Nier gave the mayor a nod and smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words, and what exactly is going on here. The riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
So, do I actually have to go help all of the people? I remember in the original, yeah, you come back here and do more storybook kind of stuff. And I knew that you did it then. Or I knew that you did it like one of the times, but I wasn't sure if it was this time or what. Alright, well, I guess let's do it.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sort of creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Alright. Getting my reading in today, I'll tell you what. I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? It's funny that there's like these unique tracks for these sections. Or is this the junkie music? Kind of sounds like it. It sounds like some of the layers, just not all of them. Anyway. So, continuing on with the story. My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, as an eternity slips by and... Yeah, this is definitely the junkie music. An eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry, for the love of the gods, help me. Possibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to the blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Nier. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. Jeez. I don't know what it is. I think like all this just like straight talking is really drying out my throat. Whew. The one known as Nier extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. Never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Wise. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save to my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like an endless... I cannot read. Twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Is this a... Okay, I select that. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter that has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drips away from... Yeah, I'm definitely getting tired. Anyway, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred, crumbling corpses. I look into the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Insanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter. I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. Oh my god. Don't give me choices. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can't stand the sight of waters no longer, and so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people have lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds. While encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by the most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses blocked from the view by portraits of blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough shielding my eyes. I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. there. At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their sides in the dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of a few cups means nothing, I tell myself. The casks will be ruined by the flood regardless. Want to become famous? No, not really. God, I hate this crap. Alright, anyway. This is no wine, it is blood still warm from the body, whether animal or something else, I cannot say. The foul liquid soon mixes with the rising floodwaters, creating a warmth that laps against my thighs. By all the gods, are the rest of these casks filled with my blood as well? With blood as well. I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling over into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere, threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth. I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room to freedom. I find myself in a great hall with only sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon the wrist, which, oh my gosh. It's almost like pointless for me to read this because I have such a hard time with it. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rest china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head. But as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army fowl. Wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. Nice. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands and slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat up the back and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. Or if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasped frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment, though in truth I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. Okay, so the water has risen to my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. "You dumb bast," shouts Nier. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of the insult is cut short by the rising water. Grimmer Weiss, wet and tatted, floats on the water surface. It is already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. Get wrecked. I really hope that I don't have to do the first one again with the mayor, and I'm starting to think that I do. Okay, good. Good. I would have been bummed. Well,
This person must...
It's what...
Can't say I'm...
Alright, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna read through all of that again. Yep. Already read all this. Yeah, we already read all this. Wonderful. I'm just gonna spam, dude. Yeah, we've read this before too. This is the dinner. Is that a game over again? Oh, sad day. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
This person...
It's what...
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream...
Perhaps...
That's exactly how I feel. Yeah, okay. I know this is not very imaginative, but I'm just gonna go ahead. Okay. I was so close, are you kidding me? Okay, so I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. Waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table. Yeah, we've already... Really? That was all I needed to do. Against all hopes, we make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem, Nier and Grimoire-wise, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. Dude, I've been reading this stuff for like over half an hour. How can I thank you? I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Well, I only died in there twice, so. Looking down, I suddenly noticed that my dress is in tatters and sheepishly trying to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Asked Wise. Then you are a woman, madame. I am. I proffered the two with a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as Nier is disappointed from the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and from, I imagine that's what I need to say, crossing to and from, in front of the broken windows. I don't know. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades. Saw that coming. Oh, what? She was dressed completely differently before this. It's interesting.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
Yeah, straight up. Like, a labyrinth done
hear
by
that.
text. That's rough. You know what I mean? Describing a labyrinth, that's pretty rough because it's like when they say proceed north, do they mean like north on a map or forward the way you're facing, right? Like, I know that sounds like that might not matter, but like in my head I was trying to visualize where I was going and it just was not, yeah. Like on the second playthrough I was like, okay, I went kind of this direction last time, I'll try to go this, and it was just the wrong choice apparently, so kind of silly. Anyway, hopefully this guy doesn't have any friggin' mazes, or else I'm checking a
Another
guide.
victim. This work certainly is trying.
Let's do it.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance. I love this song, by the way. This is a good one. A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Wise and Nier had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away.
That's
What
I'm
do you
talking
think,
about.
Vice?
Thanks for doing some of the reading for me. I really appreciate it. As Wise considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Nier nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Nier lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is this someone playing a joke on us, or what? That's me reading all this. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is this someone playing a joke on us, or what? That's the Yoko Taro game sometimes. Anyway, the complaining had already begun. Wise tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said? No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You sound so very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Nier glanced at Wise's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Nier's feet grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought was possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Wise in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Nier lifted his gaze. Please don't be a labyrinth. Suddenly he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes open, with his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water. Water, asked Wise. Preposterous, I don't see any water. Bedtime stories, I'll tell you what. Anyway, over there. Just ahead of us. Look at the sun reflecting off of it. Without waiting for a response, Nier sprang to life and bounded towards the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Nier closed his eyes and sighed as Wise floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. Nier shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off into the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, There it is. I just missed it. Look, it's right there. Nier sprinted off again, leaving Wise no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Nier came to a halt. Could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Weiss finally floated up near and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot. Stop this at once. There is no water here. Nier's face clouded. There isn't? There is not, and perhaps next time you will listen when I tell you as much. Wise paused for a moment, and then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the city of art. Okay. Nier looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Nier. Okay, when is this going to turn into, like, questions here? Anyway. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape. A tall rectangle that stretched upward towards the sky. But that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Said Nier. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on the steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Nier and Wise eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Nier uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable, except for a single word chiseled into the right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. Alpha, Beta, Gamma? Okay. I feel like that might come into play later. As Nier moved... Oh, maybe I should have paid attention to the colors earlier, too. Anyway, as Nier moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Okay, is this going to be a question here? Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. Okay, so only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, the false one. Okay. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and forms as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, Nier said. They're alive. The triplets bowed low before Nier. Please, said Alpha. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Yeah, here we go. This is where it's gonna get tricky, right? Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Nier and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake. You know I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. Okay, so if they're speaking in absolutes... like super sketched out to turn the page here because I want to be able to remember this. So anyway. To get me into the center and real. I don't know, dude. Okay. So it sounds like I was right. Alpha were telling the truth, began wise and dry tones of Electra, Beta and Gamma would be fakes, but in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a lie, therefore the third context. What? Okay. Okay. Just how much of this? This is a little lengthy for me. I mean, I've been at this for nearly an hour. Why'd you have a dream like this, Housewise? Have you been to this city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Sounds like a dream. Deja vu, muttered Nier, just like the mayor. A vague sense of unease that struck Nier during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind. Oh, was that it?
That was rough.
That was rough.
Positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can—
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I think that this section is like a really cool idea, but streaming it and trying to read all of it aloud, it's pretty rough. I feel like you kind of have to be in the right mood, the right set and setting, in order to do something like this. I mean, I'm grateful that this is a part of Nier.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
I just think that, yeah, it's just cool. Like, I mean, going in with, like, the whole game, like, genre, jumping around with genres, it's such an experimental game. And I think that this section in the game definitely helps with the game's uniqueness, you know? It's pretty cool.
Oh, how wonderful.
But man, reading that out loud, I was like...
Here, I have something for you.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
Oh, I can't carry any more anecdotal weeds. That's nice, because... Oh yeah, I forgot that I bought a bunch of those. That's right. Alright. I will be right back. Alrighty. And I'm back. I really do love this music though. This is super good. I had to find this jam on Spotify and add it to my chill out playlist, dude. It's that good. I'm gonna adjust something real quick.
So how was the village?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
That a goat? Don't run into these guys a ton, so just want to make sure I get a lot of these materials. I'm good at video games. I really am getting super strong though, I feel like. It would be kind of cool to get like 10 mutton to give to that one chick. So how many do I got? Oh man. Perfect. Yeah, get wrecked, dude. All right. All right. Can I water these boys? I'm just a young boy tending to my farm. Wish I could just like Super Mario Sunshine this shit. Just like get a hose and just like run across everything. Be like, well, everything's watered now. Come on, bud. Yakin. Isn't this my chicken? Why is it so afraid of me? Okay. Should I check on little Yona baby? To see how she's doing.
We should play a game together sometime too.
Yona, we talked about that like a day ago. Little beep.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
Well, too bad. We are going back eventually.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick, after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried, so maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
Where'd he go? I just lost my guy. I felt him. He's probably fine. Had a little robot on top of Morgana. I'm actually gonna look for him real quick. Give me just a moment. Alrighty. Oh, now Morgana's all screwed up. There he is, little duder. Alright, anyway. Oh, are we going? Dude, we're totally going where I think we're going. Yes. Yes. Or... Aww, I thought we were going to the manor. Sad day. That's a bummer. Oh well. Oh, kinda didn't do her little jump this time. Good for her. What are you doing, son?
Hey, are you the guy who's supposed to help repair the canal? Popola sent me to...
Oh god, it's over. My life is over.
Surely you must realize nothing good can come of being involved with this particular endeavor.
Easy, Vice. Hey, so, are you alright? What happened?
It's my wife. She left home a week ago and hasn't come back. I'm so worried I can't even focus on my work. Oh, my sweet dumpling, where are you?
Oh, that's terrible. Would you like us to help you look for her?
Really? You do that for me?
Sure. But do you have any idea where we should start?
Well, she always used to enjoy drinking at the tavern with her friends.
Alright, then I guess we'll start with them.
Thank you. This means the world to me. Oh, and by the way, my wife always carries a red bag, just like mine. If you mention that, it might ring some bells.
I've met some odd couples in my day, but none who felt the need to wander about flaunting matching luggage.
You need to get with the times. Coordinated outfits are all the rage. Plus, these bags are special. We bought them for our anniversary. But now my sweet dumpling is gone. And it's all my fault. Oh, God.
Okay. Just stay calm. We'll go look for her, alright?
I'm willing to bet that man knows more about his wife absconding than he's letting on.
Hey there, I'm, looking for a woman carrying a red bag.
Are you now? Interesting. Did something happen to her?
She hasn't been home and her husband's worried. Do you know anything about where she might be?
Trouble in paradise, is it? Oh, those two never change. Anyway, the short answer is no. She hasn't been around here either. Though come to think of it, she always got on well with the woman over at the tackle shop. Maybe...
I'll do that.
Hey, what's the rush? You've got a cute face. Why not sit here and join me for a round? Or 3?
Sorry, ma'am, but I'm not old enough to drink.
We got the latest advance.
Wait, what? I thought the tackle shop was... Oh, here it is.
Hey there, do you know a woman with a red bag by any chance?
A red bag? Oh, sure. Although now that I think about it, I haven't seen her in a while. Last time she came around, she mentioned something about leaving town, but I figured it was just idle talk.
Leaving town, huh? Alright, thanks for your time.
If she has truly left this charming hamlet, finding her may prove most difficult indeed.
I just hope she hasn't been attacked by shades or anything.
I am going to get some fertilizer. If I can figure out where the hell it is. I really don't. Is it this chick?
Care for some...
Thanks for...
Who sells
We
the
got
fertilizer? There we go.
Hope to see you again.
Wait, one more. I think I'm gonna buy another 15 so I can grow it like stuff twice basically. I mean, it's really not that expensive. That's fine.
Hope
for
to
now.
see you again.
Can always get some later. Poor Kaine. I like how she did her little rock jump. Anyway. Yeah, hit him.
Something about that shade seems rather odd.
Wonderful.
Hey, look at this.
It is identical to the red satchel carried by the man who sent us on this mad quest. Perhaps it belongs to his spouse.
Oh no. Do you think the shades got her?
I fear it likely, lad. I sense no other activity in the immediate vicinity. We were too late.
Well, this is terrible. What are we supposed to say?
However difficult it may be, we've no choice but to tell the man the truth.
Should have gotten back on my board. Oh well. Kaine and that jump, dude, it just... it's so funny.
Hey, did you find my sweet dumpling?
We didn't. but we got this off a shade.
Oh no! This is hers!
So our fears were correct.
Oh god. How could this happen to her? And this is all my fault.
If I may, my good man, why did your wife leave home in the first place?
It's because I
think we should give him some time to himself, Vice.
Honey, I'm home. Good heavens, you're a wreck. What's wrong?
Dumpling, you're not dead.
What in the world are you talking about? Oh, you found my bag. Thank you so much. I can't believe I went and dropped it like that.
Oh, this is such a relief.
Okay, seriously. What's going on? I see. So, you found a shade with my bag and assumed I'd been attacked and killed?
I'm just glad you're safe, Dumpling, but I'm also so sorry. This is all my fault. Oh, if I didn't eat that apple you were saving. Oh, God, I'm such an idiot! Listen, I promise I'll never eat anything of yours again. You just promise never to run away from home again, okay?
Run away? Have you lost your mind? I just went to visit my parents.
Huh?
I told you about this. Going to see my family, gone for a week. Remember? Ugh, are you serious right now? Why don't you ever listen to me?
Lad, my brilliant intuition suggests we should beat a hasty retreat from these two with all speed.
I'm gonna stick around and listen.
I can't believe you didn't listen to me, and you ate my apple. Ugh, you are the absolute worst.
What? Oh, like you're some perfect angel. You didn't even care enough about our anniversary to hang on to your bag.
See, I thought by sticking around I'd get a reward. We'll see what happens.
You, kid, I'm right about this, yeah?
Oh,
if anyone's
geez.
wrong here, it's my wife.
Wait, you're asking me?
Kidding me? I can't just say like who fucking cares? Like, come on, dude. I don't know, dude.
Well, an anniversary gift is an important thing. You probably should have taken better care of it.
Oh, so I'm the bad guy now.
Neither of you are the bad
Is
guy.
this fun for you two? Do you like ganging up on a poor innocent woman? Ooh, you disgust me.
What? No, that's not what I meant.
Besides, it's pretty rich to come after me for an apple when you threw away my entire stamp collection.
Ha! You're damn right I did. And I'd do it again. You are nothing but a hoarding slob. You there! My husband's in the wrong here, isn't he?
Pardon. Oh, enough. The both of you are at fault. Now apologize to one another and end this ridiculous display.
Big talk for a floating magazine.
I see you finally agree on something.
Oh, I love you, baby.
Do you not even understand how frustrating this is, you colossal oaf? This is exactly what I hate about you.
Fine, hate me. I'll still sleep like a baby knowing I'm not an unreasonable hag like you.
Vice, what do I do?
You turn on your heel and walk away as fast as your legs can carry you, my good.
That's it! Instead of belittling me, why don't you get a proper job? Everyone in the neighborhood treats me like dirt, and it's all because of my unemployed slob of a husband.
Actually, I have a job now.
Wait,
Nice.
you what?
You what?
You're kidding. Why didn't you tell me? That's great!
Well, at least there's that, but like, come on.
Well, I sort of wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh, you big silly Billy. Well, this calls for a celebration. Come on, I'm going to bake you a nice apple pie.
I have no idea what just transpired, but it has utterly exhausted me.
Well, looks like they made up, so all's well that ends well?
In the course of all that madness, I have forgotten why we even came here in the first place.
Oh, heck, the canal! We need to ask him about the canal!
I can't thank you enough for all your help.
Sure, but listen, we need to talk to you about the canal.
Oh, right! That's why you came here in the first place, huh? Well, now that my love life is rolling in clover again, I'd be more than happy to get going on the canal work.
Okay.
Heavens, that was exhausting.
Tell me about it. Anyway, let's go give Popola an update.
Yeah, that had me realize that had I walked away from that earlier, that we wouldn't have, you know what I mean? We came out there to see if that guy would help, and if I just walked away, I would have had to walk right back.
The couple with the red bags were a strange pair indeed. It boggles the mind to think their relationship can persist despite such intense squabbling.
Well, they looked pretty happy in the end, at least. Maybe the secret to living a happy life is sharing your feelings, even when they're sort of mean and weird.
If you adopt such a strategy, I may leave for groceries one day and never return.
Goodness, it sounds like the canal repairman had quite the problem on his hands. I'm glad everything turned out all right. Thank you so much for your help.
Don't mention it. I'm looking forward to seeing how the canal turns out. If you need anything else from us, just say the word.
Hey, wait!
Huh?
I almost forgot. Yona is looking for you.
Oh?
She said she needed something from you. Time to go play Big Brother for a bit, huh?
I guess so. Thanks, Popola.
Yona! I'm coming home.
Yay, you're back.
Of course, Beeb.
Popola said you needed something?
Yeah, a favor, actually.
What is it? I can't help if you don't tell me, sis.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Ready?
I'm ready, Yona.
I need you to help my friend.
Your friend?
Yep, I have a friend, and we've been writing each other letters.
Seriously?
A pen pal. How
My
delightful.
boy.
So who is this friend?
My boy.
Well, he's kinda...
He? It's a guy?
Yes, and he's sick and in a whole lot of trouble. And I know that you and Vicey are the only ones who can help him.
Vicey?
Tell me about this guy.
He lives in this really big house down south, and he's super nice, and he's my friend. So you have to help him, please?
Yona, listen.
Please?
Great. Now what do I do?
I can't say no to her. Carrying the black scroll is more important. I can't say no to her.
Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Yay! Thank you!
Great. Yona's got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Is something amiss?
Except there's
Your voice is trembling.
No, it isn't. Shut up.
Trust me, I know this guy, and it ain't like that. You know what I think I'm gonna do, actually? Didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna go to the junk heap and see if I can upgrade my weapons.
He doesn't talk about Mom as much these days.
Jacob,
Yeah?
can you read me a story?
In a bit, okay? I've got a customer right now. Need some work done on your weapon?
Okay.
Come back.
No, I still want you to upgrade my
Need
weapons.
some work
I just
done on
wanted
your
to
weapon?
see what you had in your shop, bud. Wow, I can't do anything. Nice.
Come
Do
back.
you sell iron ore? Because if
How
you
can
have
I
some,
need some work done on your weapon?
well, worth.
Come back. How can I need some work done on your weapon?
Wow. It's very strong now. It's awesome. Yeah, it's the type of thing where, like, if you go in there and you just, like, fight through a bunch of dudes, you'll be able to like, all the robots, you'll be able to update or upgrade a lot of your weapons. Beastbane is definitely the best weapon that I have, though. Like, holy crap.
Come back.
So... Nice. Oh, can't stand on that apparently. Oh, did I ever go to that lady and give her that mutton? I don't think I did. I should do that. I think I'm gonna do that. Maybe do a little bit of shopping. And then I'm probably gonna end it. What am I finding that I have too much of? I should probably sell some items. See if I have maximum, like what I have maximum of. Not much. Just anecdotal weed, I guess.
Here's your mutton.
Oh, thank you.
We've got some... Thing.
We've got some... Come back. Why not?
Yeah, I could definitely buy some more seeds. Yeah, I wonder if there's anything I should sell.
I hope...
Alrighty. Well, I think with that, I'm done. I'm gonna cut the stream here, but yeah. Anybody who watches this now or ever, thank you. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good day or night or whatever, and take care of yourself. So